Right, welcome back. Today we're looking at the tournament meta from over the weekend. Hey, I'm Andy, I make videos about Pokemon TCG Pocket. If you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a like, maybe give the channel a cheeky sub, and let's get into it. So there are so many tournaments to look at right now, we aren't going to take a look at everything, but we are going to start with Umbreon 99X Underground Friday Madness. So first was Nuno GDM going first with 921. Again, pretty standard Suicune Greninja deck. Second place, so this is where it begins. So this is like, I think this is the first decent showing of Sylveon sort of poking its head back into the meta. But you see ESPEON EX, Sylveon EX, also one Mega Altaria as well. So you've got double basic Eevee, double basic Swablu. They're both 50s, so you can fetch them with Lycia. You've also got Sylveon, because you're running the new Eevee, which evolves on the first turn, or can evolve on the first turn. You've got potential to Sylveon there. Baby Sylveon with Evo Harmony, just to take care of Oricorios and stuff like that. However, why is this good? Because ESPEON heals 30 damage from one of your Pokemon, even on the bench. Right now we are living in a bench meta, in a bench sniping meta. Fair enough, like Greninja can chip the bench and Cyrus something in the same turn. However, other bench snipers like Jirachi or Heatmore, they have to ping for 30 and then wait to the next turn. So with ESPEON, you can heal them up before they get a chance to. So your Sylveon and ESPEON, they are very fragile. You do have Cape, so they don't get one shot by Blaziken. You've got the Mega Altaria because you need a big sort of finisher. Okay, third place, we got PGX Chocolate, who was running basically like one of the standard sort of Altaria decks. And yeah, still relevant in the meta. We've got in fourth place, so Ojimon, which is running Magnezone, Oricorio, Chingling. So then we're looking at Narnia Training Grounds, which was like what, 166 players. So we've got Wataru here, who won, going 10 and 2 with Blaziken and Heatmore. Slight variation. So obviously last sort of week we saw that the Heatmore variant was established with the bench sniping Heatmore. This is only one. It's running the... This is Genetic Apex Heatmore, I think, as well. So just 1 for 30. So why is this good? Because 30 damage is pretty decent into opposing Chinglings or any other baby, stuff like that. Sometimes, if your opponent doesn't deploy stuff to the bench, your Heatmore, you can maybe switch into this one. You've got double Flame Patch, so that makes that a bit easier. Other than that, standard Blaziken setup, you got a bit of healing there as well. So second place, Sassy Pikachu. So again, one of the standard Mega Altaria decks, running Sableye as your sort of anti-Oricorio deck. So third place, FGR Seer. They're choosing to go double Greninja EX over the Greninja, so a bit more just like attack power there. So in fourth place, we have Corndog XX with Hydreigon Absol. Something we talked about last week with Absol turning up in dark decks to sort of tap the bench. Then we got Rare Candy Cartel, 104 players. So nothing too crazy about the top cut. We've got Indeedee, Suicune Greninja, Absol, Darkrai. But we did have some hero going 5 and 3 with Mega Altaria Gengar. So we're going to have a quick look at that. So that's a Vic Capiroto. Double Mega Altaria, double Ghastly, double Baby Gengar, double Chingling, Cleffa. So Cleffa lets you draw into stuff, and also because you're playing an extra basic, it helps with May. Or you've got Chingling, Ghastly, Swablu, and Cleffa are all 50 HP or lower, so you can fetch them with Lycia. So you've got Chingling to basically control their item use, ideally early in the game, and then Gengar sort of mid to late game can sort of tap for 50, which is nice, and control their use of supporters. So even if they do have like a Cyrus or something, like, even if they do chip the bench, they can't Cyrus anyone in while the Gengar's hitting them for 50. We have the Pocket Mads Masters Tournament, which I think was like 700 players. So this is like the biggest tournament of the weekend. First place we have Deester. So it's a slight variation. So you're basically ditching one of the Absols for a Zweilous to make the path to Hydreigon a little bit more reliable. And actually something which has been appearing is like, as we've seen different poison variants of Mega Absol. So like Mega Absol Crobat. This one is Mega Absol Darkrai, Nihilego, and then Naganadel. Because with the 1 energy requirement, it is like super fast. That and Poison Barb as well. And third place, What the Sigma with standard Altaria. And then Johnny running another standard Greninja Suicune variant. So one of the other big tournaments, which was like 284 players, was the Pocket Legend. So currently, they're still doing the top cut. However, at the moment, we have Chiha Rotsuri in first place, running ESPEON Indeedee. Double basic Eevee, double Indeedee, Giratina, double ESPEON. So Dawn is interesting because it means that Giratina can sort of build energy up in the back and then maybe pass it over, so you can get like a quick, if you get Giratina out first turn, Broken Space Bellow, and then next turn on your first energy you can potentially attack with ESPEON or even Indeedee, which is pretty strong. So the strength of this deck is through the healing. So ESPEON heals for 30. If you have double Indeedee out, that's 40 healing to the active slot. That means the the active slot is healing 70 damage a turn. What that means is you need to do 120 damage minimum to two-shot it. Like, there's not a lot of things, I don't think there's anything in the game that will hit this for like 160. So with the cape you're reasonably okay about not getting one shot. But if your opponent is only doing like 100 damage, suddenly it takes 3 turns to knock out the ESPEON active, and it's just doing 80 the whole time. So obviously you are a little bit vulnerable to like Greninja bench sniping, but other bench sniping you can heal as well. So there are different, I mean, I've played against decks similar to this, and if they get it set up with double Indeedee and you don't have the damage to mitigate the healing, it's just game over. There's a couple more decks I wanted to look at from this. The first one we got Sneak Attack, who is running. So we've seen other like variants of these popping up as well. There's lots of like Mega Absol, like Greninja chip builds. We saw the Naganadel one, and this is running Crobat, because Crobat, like, it's not the best card in the world, but when it comes out on curve, like if you go first and you go into Crobat, it does feel a bit broken. It's doing 70 damage and poison. If you've got the Nihilego out, that means it's doing like 90 damage, and it's got 170 health, so it just sort of hangs out in the active slot. Also, Nihilego boosting the poison means Venom Fang will one-shot a 30 health Pokemon. And you got Barb and Rocky Helmet to make for additional chip damage. So lastly, as expected, Mega Pidgeot is promo tier. Like maybe it might be one of the best like promo EXs, but it's still bad. Because Giant Twister hits for 100, which is absolutely fine. Not great for 3, but it's fine. Flip 3 coins, and then for each heads you discard random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, which is really good. The downside is it has the caveat that if they're all blank, you just don't attack. And I think that's one of the things which keeps it out of being a contender, is there is a fail state where you can just not do any damage. Surprisingly, they're not running any wills, because I've seen people running will to sort of secure at least one energy. But this is like the best performing Pidgeot deck I've seen this week. It is basically running Pichu, Zeraora to like energy ramp. You've got Oricorio there as well. Elemental Switch does help as well for getting to that 3 energy on Giant Twister. You also have one baby Pidgeot, which is a good card because Drive Off is a free Sabrina basically. And the 70 damage is nice because that's deleting Oricorios, and it can sort of fight other basics as well. So it's not terrible, it's just not like, I mean, again, if you hit the coin flips, it reminds me, it's probably closer to like Mega Pinsir tier. Because it's like, oh, if you hit the coin flips, everything's fine, and you can just, this thing can feel broken. But you can just not do any damage, or not discard enough energy, because we're also in a meta where a lot of Pokemon are 2 energy, so if you discard 1 energy, nobody cares. You kind of need to be discarding like 2-3 energy in the hit to really make it relevant. So let's look at some of the tournaments from over the weekend. Again, the meta in Mega Rising is still fairly diverse. Like usually every sort of Mega has a couple of different builds. We've got some non-EX stuff in there. Like ESPEON sort of popped up a bit this week, but like it's not dominating. Like it does still have counters in the meta. So right now things are looking very varied, which is good because it means ranked will be a bit more diverse, we hope. Tournaments are absolutely thriving right now, mainly because ranked doesn't exist until the 27th. But I kind of feel like now maybe, because of the new trading rules, and you can trade 2 stars, like they have an actual way to give decent prizes. So a lot of the big tournaments are giving away like Oaks or Sarises or other 2 stars. Hopefully this means that tournaments can keep attracting players even though ranked is coming back soon. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a like, maybe give the channel a sub, and I will see you later.